Welcome to Coin Explorer. At first glance, this 2016 P. Jefferson nickel looks like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but its details tell a more useful story about modern American coinage. The photograph clearly shows the date 2016 and the P mint mark beneath it, identifying Philadelphia as the mint. It also shows Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The interesting question is not whether every 2016 nickel is valuable, but what separates an everyday example from one collectors may want to preserve. The denomination is 5 cents, and the coin belongs to the Jefferson nickel series that began in 1938. The obverse presents Jefferson's portrait with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," followed by the date. On this example, the small p beneath 2016 is especially important because it identifies the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse carries a pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America, along with the familiar depiction of Jefferson's Virginia home. The Jefferson nickel has a long design history. Felix Schlag created the original Jefferson portrait and Monticello reverse introduced in 1938. And the basic design remained a defining part of American coinage for decades. The series received temporary reverse changes during the Westward Journey program in 2004 and 2005, but Monticello returned in 2006. By 2016, the standard Jefferson design was again in regular production, making this Philadelphia issue part of the modern continuation of that classic series. Technically, the 2016 P nickel is a standard copper-nickel 5-cent piece. It weighs 5.00 grams, measures 21.20 millimeters across, and has a plain edge. Its composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, the regular alloy used for modern Jefferson nickels. Those specifications matter because unusual weight, diameter, or edge characteristics can sometimes raise questions about damage or minting abnormalities. A genuine error, however, requires examination beyond simply noticing something unusual in a photograph. Philadelphia produced a very large number of these nickels in 2016. PCGS records a mintage of 786,960,000 for the 2016 P regular strike issue, so the date and mint mark alone do not make the coin scarce. That production figure provides useful perspective when evaluating claims about rarity. A coin can be interesting without being rare, and a modern issue with hundreds of millions struck normally needs exceptional condition, a recognized variety, or a genuine mint error before a substantial premium becomes realistic. One detail worth studying is the portrait itself. Jefferson faces left, with his hair, facial features, and coat rendered in the sculptural style used for the modern design. The inscriptions are not decorative afterthoughts. They identify the national motto, the subject, and the date. On a circulated coin, contact marks and wear can soften those features. On an uncirculated coin, collectors look more closely at the original luster, surface preservation, strike quality, and small marks that developed during production or handling. Turn the coin over, and Monticello becomes the visual focus. The building was Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia and has appeared on the nickel's reverse since the series began, except during the temporary Westward Journey reverses. The reverse also identifies the denomination as 5 cents. Collectors examining a 2016 P should look at the columns, steps, windows, lettering, and surrounding fields. These areas can reveal strike weakness, contact marks, or other characteristics that help determine the coin's condition. The mint mark also deserves a careful look because the P is part of the coin's identification, not an error. The United States Mint explains that Philadelphia traditionally did not use a mint mark on circulating coins, although P appeared on Philadelphia nickels during the World War II silver alloy period. The P returned to circulating Philadelphia coinage later, including modern Jefferson nickels. On this 2016 issue, the visible P beneath the date is consistent with a Philadelphia minted nickel. Condition is where a common modern nickel can become more interesting to collectors. Circulated examples typically trade around their 5-cent face value because millions entered commerce. Uncirculated pieces can bring a modest premium when they retain attractive luster and clean surfaces, while certified high-grade coins can command more. The difference is substantial. An ordinary circulated nickel should not be valued like a carefully preserved top-grade specimen simply because both carry the same date and mint mark. Another feature collectors often examine is full steps, usually abbreviated FS. The term refers to the horizontal steps at the base of Monticello, which can be weakly struck on many Jefferson nickels. A strong, uninterrupted step detail can make a coin more desirable in the grading market, particularly when the overall grade is high. Full steps is a condition and strike designation, however, not a claim that the coin is automatically rare. The photographed coin would require closer examination to confirm any FS designation. Mint errors are a separate subject and should not be confused with ordinary wear. A genuine error occurs during the minting process and can involve recognized problems such as wrong planchets, major off-center strikes, or other documented production mistakes. Scratches, dents, discoloration, or flattened lettering usually result from circulation or later handling instead. Nothing visible in this photograph is enough to authenticate a major mint error, so the safest conclusion is that it appears to be a normal 2016 P issue. Varieties deserve the same careful approach. PCGS lists the regular 2016 P Jefferson nickel and a full steps designation among the major entries for the issue. That does not mean every difference visible under magnification is a recognized variety. Collectors should compare suspected die characteristics with established references and, when necessary, obtain expert attribution. A promising-looking mark should never be assigned a premium merely because it appears unusual. Identification comes first, valuation follows evidence. So what is a 2016 P Jefferson nickel realistically worth? For an ordinary circulated example, the starting point is its 5-cent face value, with market value generally remaining modest unless a special characteristic is present. Attractive uncirculated coins may sell for more, while certified high-grade or strong full steps examples can bring significantly higher premiums. PCGS's Modern Jefferson Nickel Guide shows that grade and full step status can materially change pricing, reinforcing why condition matters more than the date alone. There is also an important lesson in auction records. PCGS reports a $125 auction result for a 2016 P regular strike nickel graded MS62, but that isolated result should not be interpreted as the normal value of this issue. Auction prices can reflect a particular sale, buyer interest, presentation, or market circumstance. For a coin like the one shown here, a realistic assessment should begin with authentication, circulation status, grade, strike quality, and any documented variety or error, not with an exceptional result. In the end, this photograph supports a straightforward identification. A 2016 P United States Jefferson 5-cent coin struck at Philadelphia. Its 5.00 gram copper nickel construction, 21.20 millimeter diameter, plain edge, Jefferson portrait, and Monticello reverse fit the standard issue. Its large mintage means the coin is not scarce simply because it dates from 2016. Collectors should examine wear, luster, marks, strike, full steps, and any genuine mint-made anomaly before assigning a premium beyond face value.